Every other Monday, Governor Green joins us to talk about the issues facing Hawaii and to tell us what he's doing for the state. So we want to go ahead and welcome back the governor and chat about some hot topics right now. Thank you for joining us again.
Thank you, Christine.
Okay, first question is about Aloha Stadium because you had a meeting last week with officials. There was also another deadline last week that came and went. So what's the latest?
I hope to make the final announcement this week. I have one more meeting with Speaker Saiki and his team tomorrow. We have pretty good agreement. The key has been to keep the budget intact at just under $400 million and also get an RFP out that allows us to build housing. I'm trying to do one RFP so that we can go forward. I know that people have been frustrated, but I had to get an agreement between the House and the Senate because they do determine where the money's going to come from. Going with this approach, though, we will save $450 million of tax dollars because we won't lose that through financing. It's a lot of compromise, but we have to do it right.
So another small delay?
Small delay. I mean, it's the 28 season is when it will likely be go. It should be done early 2028. And really, we had to do this right. Otherwise, we could get sued or we could get delays in court. So can't have those things. But really, at the end of the day, House and Senate had to come to agreement. We have to take care of our tax dollars.
So let me clarify. Last time 2027 was expected. Now it's expected to be ready for the 2028 season.
It was always a question as to when you could build this thing and how fast. So it has to be stadium, it has to be housing also, and it has to be an agreement between all the people that will give us the money for it. So it's the only real road I had forward.
Okay, I have more questions on that. We're going to try and come back, but I have other questions on other topics. Another big project on Oahu Rail. First leg, the mayor says, expected to open up and be operational in July.
Yeah, incredible, because we're just glad it's done this century, frankly. It's been a delay on delay on delay and cost through the roof. So I'm glad for that. It's also important because it ties into your first question about the rail and the stadium. We're going to go through the stadium area, and so we want it to be a dynamic place where people can come, go to restaurants, see a game, see a concert. But finally, we're going to get some value from our money. I've always been concerned that the rail was too big an investment for the state of Hawaii, but seeing it to come to fruition is a good thing.
But with the first leg, you know, in July, and then the stadium area not going to be completed till 2028, you know, that's 5 years from now.
Yeah, it goes along fast, though, I'll tell you. It has been something that people have anguished over for probably 3 or 4 decades. So all I can say is finally we got to get it done. One nice thing was they did a lot of safety checks and those went well. And safety is the most important thing with a big mass transit system. So we'll keep watching for safety. Over time, the next generation is going to really benefit from this, and certainly the people out west will not have as much traffic, which is a good thing.
Okay, let's get to GAP, which stands for the Green Affordability Plan. Still alive this session?
It is. I'm so grateful to the legislature for embracing that. What we are talking about is a major tax break for the first time in many years for middle class and working people. We have to have that because that speaks to affordability. The #1 issue during the last year and a half when I was talking to people as we campaigned was it's too expensive to live in Hawaii. Gas prices are too high, food prices are too high, inflation is killing us, cost of living because of housing is too high. So putting back $2,000+ in most people's pockets is a huge win. And it's going to be for really everyone, but mostly focused on Alice families, people who have very limited assets. This is the most important thing we're trying to do, and I will say this, April is the month when the legislature makes its final decisions. I'm counting on them to deliver on these big plans, but they've been terrific this last few weeks. So I'm particularly thankful to the WHAM chair and the finance chair. That's Yamashita, that is Dela Cruz. These guys are really embracing tax breaks for people, and we need that.
All right, 1 more month until the end of Ledge, so we will see what happens. And then Governor, COVID. We haven't been hearing or talking too much about COVID, but hospitalizations have increased?
They have. So hospitalizations have increased about double over the last month. We are somewhere around 65 to 70 people in the hospital. I'm still waiting on the last bit of data, which I get on Monday mornings from all of our hospitals. They were hovering around 32 to 34 just a month ago, and that concerns me. Now, the people getting hospitalized with COVID have been almost uniformly people who are older, 69 years and older. All I can say is this, there's a little more COVID. The positivity rate has gone up a little bit. So if you can, get a booster. It's my opinion, get a booster, especially if you're older and you're in a high risk category, like you got diabetes or obesity, because those are the individuals that are ending up in the hospital. Again, mostly older people with high risks, but it's not gone. This is a 5-year process, as we know, with these coronaviruses. We're in year 4 now, so it's not over, and just be a little careful.
I was going to ask you if there are more similarities with the people who are being, hospitalized. Are they unvaccinated? Have they only received one booster? Do you know?
It's mostly older. Vaccines have been effective to keep people from getting severely ill, but they haven't kept people from catching it, as you know. And this is still the Omicron variant mostly. I'm just saying be a little extra careful because we don't want to lose any souls. The one thing I did see, though, this year, and this week, in fact, was we had the lowest mortality rate in the country. And so that's credit to everyone who sacrificed. And I mean the lowest of all the states. So that's a victory for our people. And now we've rebuilt the economy. So we've turned the corner.
Okay, I'm getting the wrap, but I did want to ask you one more question about the stadium. Now that we know there's another delay, 2028 season, it should be ready. What do we do in the meantime? That's 5 years from now. Large events want to come here. Any talk about what we're going to do?
Yeah, we're going to do all that we can at Blaisdell. We're going to do what we can at the Convention Center. We're going to do what we can over at the Ching Stadium. I mean, these are things that are less than perfect, but we're still going to already bring people back. And look, if we hustle, and I will push all of the limits on the RFP process, that's the request for proposals. I'll push them to build more quickly as long as they do it safely. Look, I will somehow try to get us to the 2027 season, but I don't want to give anyone kind of too lofty expectations. The main thing is people know that we're going to have the stadium. I saw we got a top recruit quarterback coming in here to work with Coach. I know that people are excited. We're talking about hundreds of millions of dollars and the long-term play on housing there, too. So I want to make sure we do that right without seeing a crazy surge in cost.
All right. So, again, another delay, 2028. Governor Green, I appreciate you making that announcement here and also for joining us every other Monday.
You bet.